Get this, though. The place where God resides is a great Urim and Thummim. What? What does that even mean? Okay. This earth, in its sanctified and immortal state, will be made like unto crystal, and will be a Urim and Thummim to the inhabitants who dwell thereon, whereby all things pertaining to an inferior kingdom, or all kingdoms of a lower order, will be manifest to those who dwell on it, and this earth will be Christ's. Then, the white stone mentioned in Revelation 2:17 will become a Urim and Thummim to each individual who receives one, whereby things pertaining to a higher order of kingdoms will be made known. And a white stone is given to each of those who come into the celestial kingdom, whereon is a new name written, which no man knoweth, save he that receiveth it. The new name is a key word. This is just like out of nowhere. It's like this is amazing. Okay? Like, this is one of those things where, like, the first time you read it, like, you're new to the gospel or whatever, you're like, what does this even mean? I mean, probably, like, probably whatever we're going to say about it's wrong. So, what does it even mean? But we'll try anyways. We'll go into it. Clearly, there's a lot
We're not afraid.
not afraid to speculate. We're not, there's no pulpit here. Let's speculate. Clearly, there's a lot of symbolism going on here. And clearly, the Lord loves to use symbols, even literal symbols, as teaching tools and as methods of helping individuals grow into the priesthood. And I think the Urim and Thummim are an excellent example of that. Clearly, this whole, the earth will be made crystal and be a Urim and Thummim, like, clearly there's symbolism to that. It's talking about Christ receiving the earth. It's talking about a great reset of sorts that happens through the millennial reign to the next go-around of the eternal round. And this idea that everyone who makes it to the celestial kingdom will have their own Urim and Thummim. Now, I think that could very literally be true, like you symbolically receive this Urim and Thummim, this white stone. I think there could be ordinances associated with that where these things literally happen. But even if they literally happen, they're symbolic, right? They're ordinances in nature. They're given to you to help you understand your purpose, what you are to accomplish through the Spirit and through the priesthood. And as I ponder on that idea, you can reverse engineer these ideas and look backwards and say, okay, well, what does it mean that Joseph Smith received a Urim and Thummim? Well, he received a Urim and Thummim, and it became clear to him what he was to do with the spirit that he had, with the priesthood authority he was given, and that was translate. And he produced the Book of Mormon. Okay, now you can go to the mystical and the supernatural side. Say, oh, he literally was looking into these stones, and these things literally were happening. Okay, if that's true, excellent. Okay, but you can also go to the symbolism of it all and say, hey, Joseph Smith was understanding priesthood authority. He was being mentored and instructed on how to use revelation and how to use priesthood to accomplish the purposes of God.
Hit that like button, leave us a comment, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it.
They may seem like little things, but liking, commenting, it helps the algorithm push our content out to more people. So it's our small way of sharing the gospel in a social media age.